Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandy. If you already do not know, hello. My name is Sandy and I love fashion, I love makeup, I love traveling. So that's what this channel is about. But on top of that, I also love being realistic. So today on my channel, I just wanted to bring to you the kind of things you should be thinking about after you turn 21. Hashtag it's time to adult people. There is no time to waste on wasting time, basically. There's just no time to procrastinate. We have to talk about this. I have to think about this, so I thought you guys should think about it as well. So yeah, we're gonna talk about retirement. We're gonna talk about investing. We're gonna talk about all that stuff. What are your options? Insurance. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you should be thinking about after 21, because you're not a kid anymore. So it's time to grow up. And yeah, recommend this video to your friends, your family, anyone who you think might need to maybe get their life together. Because you don't want to be a 70 years old and not have like pension, not have money to, you don't want to be that person, okay? You just don't. So this is what this video is about today, so stay tuned. Let's get on with this video. So obviously you're out here wondering what the heck is investment. So I got you. Investing, or just you, an investor, you're somebody who has funds, right? Or you have money and you're thinking, what should I do with my money to grow it? Short-term, for short-term goals, for long-term goals. So you're thinking, okay, I'm an investor. What options do we have out there? Or what assets can I put my money into that can hold value or increase the value? Because we all know that inflation is real. There's just no way you're going to sit around holding cash and think that what you're going to be able to buy tomorrow is what you can buy today. Okay, so that's what investing is all about. A lot of people think, oh, it's for people that do this. It's for everyone. You have to invest. Even if your goals are not to grow wealth, you have to invest to save your money, okay? I don't know what to say, what to call it. What should I call it? Okay, let me just talk about the types of investors that we have. So the type of investor that you are depends on the amount of risk you're willing to take, right? Somebody might be willing to buy property and see it expand over the years. They know they'll never lose value in property if they take good care of it. And somebody else is like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't have time to waste on that. I'd rather splurge all my money into a stock, a choppy stock or whatever, and I'm just gonna wait. I want quick cash. I want to grow my money and my funds very quickly. So there's a bug in my room. It depending on the amount of risk that you are willing to take. The risk I'm talking about, the chances of you not getting what you expect back, the chances that you're willing to, no, the extent at which you're willing to take a risk. It should reflect, or should be reflected in the returns that you get, or the value that you get out of your investment. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I think it does. There's something that we call an investment cycle. It's basically saying, okay, as a person, it's just a measure of different stages of your life. Like, what are you willing, or to what extent can you take on risk? So we have the first stage, which is the accumulation stage. You just started your job, you don't have any kids, you don't have family, but it's now time to start thinking, do I want to get married? Do I want to have a family? So you got to have like college funds and life insurance and this and that, and start your retirement plan and all that. At that very specific stage, you have a lot of money to spend, so you have a lot of money to take risks. That makes sense, right? As you grow older, you get into what you call probably like, at this point you're like, okay, this is the consolidation stage. Like, you're approaching retirement. It's been perhaps halfway into your career, or where you want to end, or you're towards your retirement, and you're like, at this stage, this is whereby yes, I'm willing to take on risk, but not too much, because you don't want a situation where you lose your life savings in investing in a stock and it doesn't really give you the outcome that you expect. So at that stage, what we call the consolidation stage is whereby I would say you're a mild investor. You are willing to take not minimum, but like average risk. So the broker, or the person who handles all your funds and invests for you, will put your money into assets and stocks that are not as risky as when you're at your first stage. Then you get to the last stage, which we refer to as the gifting or spending stage. At the stage, you just retired, you don't have any steady income, you're not working anymore. And in Botswana, I know that when you reach 65, you get what you call a forced retirement. Whether you want to or not, you have to retire. So basically, we're saying between now and 65, how much money do you think you're gonna need to survive 65 and onwards? you're gonna need millions because you have to eat, the idea is that when you get to that stage, you should still be able to live the life that you lived before your retirement, as if you had steady income. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because I realized that a lot of people don't actually know how to prepare well, and they're not really saving much for that. They think, I'm gonna die anyway, so what's the point? You don't know that. So it's better to save than to risk it and have kids that might not even take care of you. You don't have money, your pension finishes like after 10 years or so, and you're just left stranded, like, what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna survive? So yeah, I know that you might not be working now, but that's not the point. The point is that by the time you start work and you have steady income, you have an idea of what to do and you start right off the bat. So please do continue watching this video. It's gonna be very productive and helpful for you, okay? Accumulation stage, like I said, you just started work and you gotta start saving. So we have long-term goals. You have to first put out, what are my long-term goals? What do I want to see in 20 years? What do I want to have in 20, 50, 30 years from now? So say me, I'm 21. What do I want to have when I'm in my 50s, or when I retire, basically? So long term, number one for every investor, I'm just going to name the common things for every investor, is retirement. I cannot stress this enough, because I have seen people retire and not have enough money to sustain their lifestyle, and have them go from like 100 to like 0 very quickly. And I don't want you and me to end up doing that, baby. We cannot do that. We cannot survive that, okay? And you don't want to rely on your kids or people and expect that, no, that's not how you should think as a person, as an investor. You should always think of you. I can't stress it enough. So retirement, you're basically saying, okay, Sandile, I'm at retirement. I want retirement. So the government allows you to save, I think it's up to 15%. 15% of your money, right? 15% of your income, your salary, to have it go towards pension. So that's where we have stuff like pension funds. These are basically a bunch of people. You don't need to know the details about it, but a bunch of people that just sit somewhere in a computer and invest your money. So that's what you should think of. Like, for example, we have what's it called? Alexander Forbes. That's a very common one. So yeah, so you have money going towards that. So I think there's a minimum that you should put out. I think it's around 7 or 8% of your income towards pension. It's forced. The government is forcing you, because if they didn't, honestly, they'd have to take care of old people, and that's not going to help any economy grow. So yeah, they're forcing you to save, but you are allowed to save up to 15%. So instead of saving that 7, you can bump it up a little bit to like a 12. The thing with the pension is that you have the situation of compounding. So interests are paid monthly, so it's better. The more you save monthly, the more it kind of builds up towards the year. Say, for example, this year I put in a K, and they put in interest, and then I put a K, and then that plus last month, it's more than that, and then interest on that. So the more you put out from your salary, the more you this is gonna be a very long video, but yeah, it's very important. The more you put out into your salary, the more you have. Yeah, the more you have. So that's long term. And then short term, you have to be thinking about a house, a car. Wait, before I get into that, long term also, what's very important is family, people. In other countries, people have to save for their kids' college. In our country, we don't have to, but in case you're extra and you feel like you got extra money to save towards, you want your kid to go to wherever, and you know that you're gonna have to sponsor that, this is the time to start saving. Hello? So yeah, this is the time to start saving. So I don't want you to be like in your 30s, 40s, and like yelling at your kid for mistakes that you did. You have to save, okay? You have to save now, so that by the time you get there, there's literally set aside money for their college that you've been saving for over the past 20 years or whatever. So you don't have stress of like getting it out of your pocket, because that shouldn't be your priority at the middle stage, right? So yeah, so you have to decide whether you want that, or you're just gonna go with the government. And yeah, depending on whether you do or don't, you'll have a college fund to save up for your kids and whatever. And at this stage, we have insurance as well. So again, it takes me to the short-term goals. The short-term goals are your house and your car. You just gotta work. This is the time to do the exciting things in life. You have to think of a house first. I always say I'm gonna build a house before I buy my dream car, because a car loses value very quickly, and the last thing that you need is to have an asset that's just not really going to be profitable to you. So you have to have a house, people. A house is number one. You gotta have somewhere to lay your head before you drive around town in a car that's worth $1 million, but you don't have a house. I mean, the excitement it's crazy, yes, but it's not worth it if you don't have a house. Okay. So let me try to speed this up. I have my notes here because I don't want to mislead nobody. Yeah, like I said, a house. So you have to think about mortgage. I suggest, that's just me personally, open an account, save for about 3 years. I know that, like I said, real estate does spike up really quickly, but have a separate account that can counteract that can probably exceed the real estate market and make more money. Or you could buy a plot first. Obviously, you have to get a mortgage. Okay, a house. So let me tell you the trick about defeating mortgage. You don't want to be 60 and still paying mortgage. Who's that? Who does that? Not me, not you. Okay, so mortgage, the longer you take not paying it off, the more the interests are going to kill you, because inflation every year is not not kidding, it's not jokes. So the trick is, right off the bat, fight it till the end. You can pay off your mortgage in 10 years. Somebody might be thinking, she's crazy, because let me tell you why. Once you get to a point where you already have a family, you're in your mid stage, it's like, I don't have extra money to pay mortgage off. So while you're still here, the beginning stage, pay off your mortgage as quickly as possible. You don't have to pay what the bank says. The bank wants that because they know they're gonna make money. You gotta pay more. If they say 7, pay 10,000 if you have the money to. Pay it off and you'll be done very quickly. And the interest won't kill you. And you'll be able to enjoy your life in your middle and your, late stages. You don't want to be dying to pay a mortgage, okay? The thing is also, there's an issue of a car. I keep telling people, you gotta live within your means. I can't be Sandile having a 20,000 plus salary and go crazy, go buy a 1 million plus car. Are you out of your mind? As much as it loses value quickly, I feel like if it's not worth it, it's really not. If I can buy a car that's half that and be happy, that's what you should do, okay? Because you should live within your means, because the more debt that you take to try and live up to a lifestyle that you can afford, the more frustrated you'll be as the years go by and you have more obligations. So that's just me on the accumulation stage. I hope it makes sense to everybody. And then we have consolidation stage. So at this point, you're like, okay, I'm still focusing on my retirement. It's still priority. That's long term. Short term, you're thinking vacations, you're thinking family still, but then realize that at this stage, you probably have enough money to take, you probably have enough money to take your kids to college. So it's like, you know what? It's time for me to travel. I've been so serious this entire time. You can travel at this stage, or basically from the beginning till this stage, or throughout if you were smart about how you spent your money. Because you know what? 5 tebe in a store. I keep telling people, and I'm like, excuse me, change me. Why? Because do you know that? To buy a house. Do you know that? And the funny thing is, you won't be able to get it. I study finance. I value money more than anything. I know the value of money. I cannot take or treat 5 tebe as something that's irrelevant or something that's insignificant. And you will get in trouble. So I am telling you, stop giving people your money. But you don't know what they do. Have a balance of mind. How they're making money for transport or whatever, you don't know that. So I don't want you to be giving people your money out here. We can't be doing too many donations when we don't have ourselves. Okay. So yeah, that brings me to retirement stage. So the retirement stage, or gifting, it's called the spending or gifting stage or phase. At this point, you're like, oh, I've worked for 40 years. I have kids, they're grown up, and now I can finally just take my hands off everything and let them live their lives. And at this stage, it's time for me to be free to do anything that I wanted to do. If you were really smart, you would have saved a ton of money for vacations, knowing that, okay, I'll go on a vacation once every 2 years after I retire, and I can afford to do this. I can afford this lifestyle. Why? Because you have a 20,000 salary. Let me tell you something about Botswana as well. This is a very educational video. If y'all don't like this, I don't know where else you're gonna get this kind of information. You're probably gonna pay for it. You're probably gonna pay me in the future for this. So yeah, at this stage, I'm like, okay, no, Sandy. So let me tell you something about tax and your retirement package, okay? You have 2 options according to the Income Act. I also studied tax for this very purpose because I have to know everything. I like knowing everything, okay? That's just me. So what happens is the government allows you to get a third of your money right off the bat when you retire. You can cash out a third of your money. But doing that, which they don't encourage, by the way, they're going to tax your capital. They call it capital gains. The remaining 2/3 of your pension, like crazy. You're gonna lose a lot of money if you cash out. And a lot of people think, I just retired, I should cash out and buy my dream car. No. Before you retire in your middle stages, that's the time to be saving up for the little things and getting yourself ready for retirement, your dream car, your this, that. So basically, you don't want to cash out your money. You have to get it as steady income over till you die. I'm sorry to say this, but we're all gonna die anyway. So you have to be smart about this. You don't want to be taxed. If you get it like as monthly payments, say for example, you decide I'm gonna get 20,000 every month. Looking at how much you have, if you're smart, you'll probably be around 20 mil or something like that. If you get 20,000, you can still afford the life you wanted to live. You don't have kids. you're paying insurance, but it's all you're paying and your medical aid. That's the only thing that's probably going to be expensive at that stage. And you're done with taking care of kids. Like at that stage, your kids should be, on their own. So basically, you have all this money to yourself. You're done paying mortgage. Remember, that's the biggest cut of a man's salary. So at this stage, 20,000 it's a lot. The first 10 covers all your expenses, your water bills, your this, your that, your that. The extra 10, you can still go shopping every month if you want to. You can still go to lunch if you want to. You can still do this and that. Have you ever seen grandmas that seem rich? They don't seem rich. They were smart because they knew the importance of saving for when they're older. Because now nobody's giving you money and it's all on you. So that's just me and my advice with the entire thing. Let me not take forever. And I don't know whether I should end this video here because there's something that I think is still very important that I want to talk about. But I think for today I'll end this video here, and I hope that you liked it. Please comment down below. I know that it's not going to get a lot of views because it's not a fashion video, it's not a clothing video, but this is something that's very important to me. So the 10 that do watch, I'm so excited and so grateful that you were smart enough to click on this. So without wasting much time, let me just close it off here. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you for watching my video. If you're new, please subscribe. That is so important. I have hauls coming up. I have everything coming up, and I got codes. So follow me on Instagram at SandyXMo. I have it linked. I'll have it linked down below as well, honestly, even though it's there on my homepage. Yeah, thank you for watching, and that's where you'll find my discount codes on Instagram. And on Facebook, I do have a page. It's called Sandile. I'll have it all written right here. It's called Sandile, so you can follow me and, yeah, kind of take something out of the sponsorships that I have. I partnered with Zach. So yeah, thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in my next one.